I want to talk about how the game has changed a little bit, just to give you all a competitive edge in the market. This is how, so what I'm about to talk about, it's how I'm able to come up with all the marketing strategies and all the marketing campaigns that I come up with. And it's all based on the demand side of a business. And what I mean by demand side, really simple. There's demand, which is the market, and there's supply, which is the businesses supplying whatever sort of product or service to the market. And so when I say the demand side, I'm meaning home buyers, home sellers, investors, whoever your niche is. And so the demand side, it has changed. It's changed drastically with all the new prop tech, with all the portals that are coming out, with just now AI is being introduced into the realm, everything that's going on with the NAR. It's just like what I see is like everybody starting at the starting line, and we're all trying to figure this out together. And so obviously, like here at iCONNCT, we're trying to do everything we can to empower you all to be able to stand up and stand out as real estate agents. And we're going to keep on saying that over and over because we are really passionate about doing that. And so, but when it comes to the demand side, this is how I think about business. This is how I think about getting to my client and getting them to be my customer or my client. Lainey, if you could pull up the slides. So I don't know how long you guys could put it in the chat. How long? I know, Deborah, you said you're not even not yet licensed yet. And so, but has anybody been licensed for a very long time? You could just put in the chat, rhetorical question, to know like how clients and customers found real estate agents back in the day and how they actually bought, like their journey of buying something and that process and how it worked. If you don't know, or if you haven't been in the game that long, like myself, I actually had to go in our office and ask a real estate agent who's been licensed for 35, 40 years. And I had to ask him, how was it done back in the day? Like, how did buyers find real estate agents? What did they do? And he told me an array of things and it just clicked for me where I was like, this is why real estate agents operate the way they do and they market the way they do. Is because back in the day, what he explained to me was, could you imagine like no internet back in 1990 where I can't just go look at homes besides walking to a real estate agent's office, some sort of brick and mortar, and talking to a real estate agent, or probably if I read the newspaper all the time, I got that newspaper from the newspaper boy and he would throw it and throw it onto my lawn. I'd go pick it up, swift through it and see the section where it was real estate stuff, see the ads in there. Maybe if I was listening to the radio, I'd probably hear an ad from a real estate brokerage or whatever it may be. But I didn't have really access to information, right? I didn't have access to all of the homes, the financing. And again, like I really want everybody to take their real estate agent hat off right now and put a buyer hat on. I'm actually in the process of moving right now to a different city. And it's very interesting looking at it from the buyer's perspective. And so this helps me a lot when it comes to marketing and getting in front of them and generating more leads and converting more leads. And so put your buyer hat on and really think about like how you would buy a home back in the day. Well, usually what I would do is I would look for a real estate agent through referrals. I would ask my friend, my dad, my mom, whoever it was, and I'd be like, hey, do you know any sort of real estate agent? I'm actually looking to buy a home. And I couldn't just go look at property besides like, spending time driving around and looking for an open house, right? And even if there was an open house, I had no clue which one it was. I didn't know if it matched my criteria or not. Going back that far. Yeah, I didn't know if it matched my criteria or not. And then if I had criteria and I'm like, I know exactly what I want, me and my wife are about to have a kid. So we want to go from living in an apartment to owning our own home. We're first time home buyers. And I know I want at least a 2 bedroom, 1 bath in this city, right? I couldn't just go online back in the day and be like, all right, cool. Well, let me look up all the schools. Let me look up, let me look up how far it is to work. Let me look up all this information. No, what would I do? I would go to my real estate agent, and the real estate agent had all of this information. They were the local expert. They knew everything about the city. They knew everything about the neighborhoods. They knew everything about the homes. And matter of fact, this is what I was educated on. Back in the day, they didn't. So how they actually got the home list, they had this big, thick, like 1 inch thick book that you had to go pick up from your MLS. So after the meeting with a real estate agent, the real estate agent's like, cool, got your criteria, qualified you with the scripts that I usually qualify you with. Now let me go down to my local board and I'm going to flip through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages to find and circle and copy copy. You can tell how young I am. I don't even know the names of the devices, but I could scan the homes that actually match the criteria of my buyer, right? And so that's how it was done back in the day. And then, Lainey, if you can go to the next slide, then we came into like the 2000s. This is where we started to get into now the internet age. And this is where you start to see companies come about like Zillow, Homes.com, Trulia, all these different portals started coming in. And they were like, wait a second, we can actually create a website and give the consumers access to all this information. We can give them access to the homes. We can give them access to real estate agents. We can give them access to all this stuff. And real estate agents kind of, when it came to the information, real estate agents started fading away when it came to the value of them being through information. Sorry if that doesn't make sense. The value of the real estate agent was no longer about providing information. And so now what the consumer does, and so still in 2010, they would just go online, go to Zillow, go to Trulia. Now you have companies like Rocket Mortgage. They can now go on to Google. I can go on to YouTube. I can go on to, all these different types of forums and websites, and I can find literally anything that I want to find. Like, and again, going back to me, just my buyer hat is on, right? Because I'm actually looking to, move to a new city. What I look for in that new city, so me, I like working out. I look, what are the closest gyms in that city? I look for, so it's going to be me and my girlfriend. We're going to be living in the house. So I want to make sure that whatever apartment that we find, it has two sinks in the master bedroom. And I can see that through the pictures on Zillow, Homes.com, Realtor.com, Trulia. And I can see all that information. Matter of fact, there's actual calculators online that I could figure out. All right, cool. Well, let me do my budgeting. Let's make sure that I'm not spending more of a third than of what I make every single month on on my rent, right? And I can run through all that budget. I can do all that information. I can look up all that information on my own. And it's crazy because right now, and this is, you all know, Andrew preaches about this all the time. And I'm starting to learn, the more and more that I'm just listening to him as he's speaking, I'm like, wait a second, like it is really smart what the portals are doing. They captured all the data from the MLSs, gave it to the consumers for free, and then they go to the real estate agent because they need the real estate agent in order to monetize. They need to go to the real estate agent, and then let's split 50-50 with the real estate agent, or let's split, 60-40, 70-30 with the real estate agent. And then Lainey, if you can go to the next slide. And so the big like mental transition that I want every single one of you to have is it's not really about like marketing funnels anymore. It's more about customer journeys. And that's how I look at marketing now. I don't look at like, oh, okay, so we have to develop awareness and then there's consideration and then there's interest. I don't look at it like that. Yes, conceptually, that's how it works when it comes to marketing. But now how I think about marketing is, wait a second, what does this buyer go through before getting in touch with me? What information are they searching for before getting in touch with me? What information do they need in order to then come talk to a real estate agent and for me to then sell them I'm an on-demand real estate agent with this technology that I have. I closed this amount of transactions in the past, and I'm a very aggressive negotiator. In the past 5 deals that I did, I saved my buyers in total $100,000, whatever it is. Whatever your value is, before they get to the real estate agent stage, before they get to the buying stage, what are they doing beforehand? And this is everything that they're doing. They're going online and they're searching and they're Google searching, how do I negotiate against a real estate agent? How much should I be paying my real estate agent? When they go on YouTube, what are the steps to buying a home? Go on to ChatGPT. What are some questions I should ask my real estate agent to know if they're a really good real estate agent? What are some of the things I should look at when I'm viewing homes to know if it's actually a really good home or not? When I'm in escrow, first of all, what the hell is escrow? What does that even mean? I keep hearing that term being thrown around. What is that? Everybody, you have to understand that like all this terminology is like second nature to us, but to consumers, it's not. They don't know escrow and earnest money deposit and contingency. They don't know any of that. And so they need to be educated. And that's what they're doing in this beginning stage as they're heading in to actually buying right now in the market. They're learning. This is one of the biggest purchases that an individual potentially is going to make in their life. And since the potential is this big, I have to spend months learning about, okay, when is the best time to buy? My kid's out of school. We're moving to a new school district. What's that process of taking from my kid from this school district to this school district? What paperwork do I have to sign with the real estate agent? What's in the paperwork? What does that mean? What's contingency? What's EMD? All they're doing is just learning. And the ultimate goal they're trying to accomplish is it's confidence. That's it. They're just like, how do I become as confident as I can be in purchasing this thing with the right real estate agent and the right lender and the right inspection company and the right title company? Because last thing that I want to do, I know for me as a guy, last thing I want to do is make decisions and I make the wrong decisions. And now my family is suffering the repercussions of me making the wrong decisions. And so I'm going online and I'm learning as much as I can learn in order to make the best decision possible when it comes to buying a home. So what does this mean for real estate agents? That means if me as a buyer is online, you all have to be online too. And that's the big mental shift that I had for myself. I learned this through a mentor of mine. I learned this from doing it. For those, I wish I could pull up my videos from when I was a real estate agent. I'm gonna probably post it as like throwback stuff on iCONNCT, or maybe like on here and show you guys the content that I used to make when I was a real estate agent. I did do the traditional, hey, here's how you figure out how much your home is worth. Here's how you figure out how much. Here's how you figure out the buying process. Here's what you're about to go through, and make sure you have this prep, this prep. These are the documents that you need when you go talk to your lender. I did all those traditional videos, but then I did videos that was out of the norm, right? I was doing backflips, backflip. I did a video where I was doing like backflips in front of houses just because like we closed the deal and I was acting like I wasn't really happy, but then I went to go do a backflip and then I went back to taking care of business. And so my videos were out of the norm. And so what I was doing was I was creating content and helping the customer solve problems before they even got to me. Which then what happened was it developed this top of mind awareness with the consumer to a point to where still to this day, I have friends and family asking me, hey, do you still do real estate? And I'm like, I'm in the industry, but I don't really transact anymore. Why? What's up? Me, my dad, my cousin, my whatever is looking to move. And I remember you posting the video content of you being a real estate agent. Dude, those videos are amazing. And I just wanted to see if you could help us out. To this day, I get DMs like that in my Facebook and in my Instagram. And I just guide them to my mentors that helped me when I was a real estate agent. And I just collect a referral fee. And so, and again, like I really just want to get this point across to you guys. It's very, very simple. Buyers are online. And if they're online, then we have to be online. Because, or else, let's look at the alternative of that. Lainey, can you go back a slide? The alternative of that is relying on another company to be online and to be adapted to the way that consumers buy in their journeys and their process of buying and their progress they're trying to make. And then we have to do some sort of split with them. Marketing agencies do this all the time. I know all of us get the calls. I mean, I still get the call. Matter of fact, I just got a call while we're doing this webinar of some sort of marketing agency trying to pitch me. Hey, do you want, whatever, 500 leads this month? Pay me $300, or pay me $100 a month, and then we'll split 10% commission on the back end. You know why you get all these calls is because those companies figured it out. They figured out how to be online. And they're running some sort of ad campaign. They're doing some sort of Google PPC. They're doing something in ChatGPT. They're leveraging maybe some sort of technology like iCONNCT. Whatever they're doing, they're taking their products and services and they're packaging it up in a way, the way that consumers buy today. Not back in 1990, not back in the 2000s, not back in 2010, today. However, wherever their attention is, they're like, all right, I'm going to take my content and I'm going to put it right where they're at. And now that I have that attention, now I can do as I wish with it. AKA a portal going to a real estate agent and being like, hey, real estate agent, how much would you pay for this? How much would you pay for this lead that just told me they're looking to buy in the next month? And the real estate agents obviously are like, well, yeah, I'll give you 50%. I've had, and I'm going off on a tangent just to make the point. I've seen a real estate agent that said they would pay 70% for a lead like that. 70% of the commission check. They're like, yeah, heck yeah. I don't know anything that has to do with tech. I don't know anything that has to do with social media, online, advertising. I don't know any of that. And so I'm willing to give you 70% of my commission and keep the 30% in order just to get what I literally, through my phone, can get on my own for free. And I'm hoping that I can get the point across to you all. And this is why we're so passionate about, iCONNCT and just giving you guys technology to empower you guys. Like in my opinion, with everything that's going on in the industry right now, I think what's going to end up happening is, obviously, and I just learned this from Andrew, so I'm just regurgitating what he said. But what's happening is some real estate agents, the part-timers, the side hustlers, those people are going to leave, which is going to open up more market share for us, which means whoever's hungry and takes the advice of individuals like myself, other individuals like Andrew, other individuals on YouTube, on Google, the blogs, wherever you're taking advice, and these individuals are like, hey, look, all you got to do is create a Facebook ad, and then you get right in front of them. It costs you $5 a day, $10 a day, and you got leads coming in. Those individuals who are hungry and really want to start generating business for themselves, it's literally right here. Right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to do something live and tell me if you guys can hear this. How many users are on Facebook?
As of December 2022, Facebook claimed almost 3 billion monthly active users. As of October 20.
How many users are on Instagram?
Instagram reaches over 2 billion monthly active users. This answer is from.
How many users are on TikTok?
In September 2021, TikTok reported that it had reached 1 billion users. This is from Wikipedia.
Billions of your consumers are on these channels. And all you got to do is pick up your phone and download iCONNCT, shameless plug, download iCONNCT, and then create some content that could help them along their journey. That's it. That's really it. And so if anybody has any questions, Lenny, let's go into the video. I want to show you all a quick video of just one of the features within iCONNCT. For those of you that were attending on Tuesday, this may be repeat, and so bear with me. But this is one of the features. So again, getting directly to the consumer and giving you guys a platform where you guys have a direct connection with this consumer to where they can call you securely without giving out their information. They can video call you. They can track you. As soon as you schedule a meeting, they can schedule meetings with you, right? And everything is on demand. And this is what we mean by being an on-demand real estate agent. If access to property information is on demand, and access to calculating how much I could afford is on demand, and access to any sort of community information is on demand, then real estate agents need to follow suit and become on demand. And this is one of the technologies to do that. And so when a customer is on your iCONNCT app and they're either sitting in their house or sitting at work and they're searching for property, they want to go online. You can go ahead and play it, Lenny. They want to go online and they're going to search for their search in the area that they're looking to buy a home in. And then they're going to pull up whatever real estate agent is in that area and is available and is working. And they're going to click on that real estate agent and they're going to review their AI score. And they're going to be like, oh, let me call this agent because I want to virtually tour this property because the other agent, the listing agent, didn't do their due diligence and posting, good photos on there. And then the agent is going to answer the phone and the agent's going to be like, wait a second, I'm actually on my way to help another family, but I highly value being responsive to you. And so let's do this. If you click the white down arrow in your app and then click on schedule a showing, and then select the date and time that you want to see this, either virtually or I can meet you there. and then go ahead and input the address of the property as well, and then click send invite. I'm going to go ahead and get that notification. I'm going to accept it. And then on your end, you're then going to click the gray circle as soon as it appears. And then you've just scheduled an appointment with me on demand. And at the same time, you could track me. You know, you're going to get a notification an hour before saying that I'm on my way to the property. We're going to meet, we're going to have a good time, and then you're going to give me a great review. This is the closest thing that you can get, again, besides, being on social media. This is one of the very few technologies that is being given to real estate agents to leverage, to empower you all to get as close as you can to the consumer. And that's the name of the game. At the end of the day, the name of the game is whoever is closest to the consumer wins. And winning to real estate agents is keeping all of your commission, not having it to split with anybody. And so if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and throw it in the chat.